I'm Darius Garland from the Cleveland Cavaliers here with a special guest, Mr. Chris Donovan. How are you doing today?
I'm doing great. How about yourself?
I'm good. I'm good. So a lot of people are here to hear about the coronavirus. So I have a couple of questions, and hopefully you can just do the best that you can answer. Um,
Great.
so I heard that you have a little model that you do to help solve the coronavirus. So can you tell the people a little bit more about that?
Yeah, so one of the things we've done at the clinic is to try and understand how is this disease going to progress in our community and across Northeastern Ohio, across the state. And so we actually entered into a partnership with another organization called SAS, that is a company that has done work in statistics and analytics and data for 40 plus years and a good partner of the clinic. And what we wanted to do was try and understand how will, this impact Northeast Ohio, and then how can we at the clinic as a healthcare provider in Northeast Ohio, how can we be best prepared to help meet that need? So as we think about how many people do we expect that might get it, how many of those people do we think might need hospitalization or special resources like an ICU bed or a ventilator? Our goal was to help our clinical and operational leaders plan for those kinds of extremes. What could be our worst case? What's a best case? And so that was really the goal of our model. And additionally, we wanted to make that available to anybody else who might want to use it. We've learned from a lot of other people that are doing similar kinds of work across the country, around the world, and we wanted to make that available for them as well. So we made it's publicly available out on a GitHub site.
That's cool. That's cool. So, based on the modeling, what would the next few weeks look like in Cleveland?
Yeah, the next few weeks, we're probably at the hardest part to forecast right now because we've just come off a very effective and successful effort at driving down the growth rates, right? So all the social distancing, the mandates that the state and the local governments have put into place have been very effective. Really, the phrase flatten the curve, we've really done that here in Ohio and in Northeast Ohio. Now, what's really tricky is understanding as we start to loosen up on that some. So we start to release some of those mandates, maybe let people go back to work, open up some different manufacturing sites. It's really hard to know over the next 4 weeks how is this going to react. So likely we'll see a little bit of a pickup. We're going to have to see how will we react to that from a public health perspective. We'll be able to identify those. And then hopefully what will happen is we might see a little bit of flare up, but then we can handle it, react, identify it, and push that curve back down so that we don't see the big exponential curves that are really the worst case scenario.
That's good news. So how are you coping with everything that's going on, all the quarantine and social distancing?
Yeah, a lot of doing stuff with the family. I have two kids in college. They're both home, so they were both sent home. So the family's sticking together. It's killing me with no sports. I'm a big sports fan, so no NBA, no baseball. So trying to find other things to do, binge watching shows, like everybody else, and a lot of time spent, just taking walks, staying local with the family. So trying to make it through.
All right, that's good. That's good. You said that you're a sports fan.
Absolutely.
So are you a Cleveland Cavaliers fan or Indians fan, Browns fan?
Yep. All things Cleveland, and then I extend that to all things Ohio. So Ohio State, Columbus Blue Jackets. Yeah, I love the local sports. I grew up in Cleveland, so I'm a lifelong Cleveland fan.
That's cool. That's cool. That's cool. So we go back to the coronavirus. So I mean, the next couple of weeks, of course, you said that we might be sliding the curve or just trying to calm everything down. So what stage is that? Is that like stage 2, stage 3 phase?
Yeah, if you think of it kind of as, I would say you could look at it as we had kind of initially when we weren't reacting to it. So it was early, it'd come over, we were doing stuff at a national level, and Ohio really reacted very quickly. And that would be, to me, kind of that stage 1. Initial reaction, we mandated, we locked down. Now we've moved into moving from stage 2, where we flattened that curve. We kind of are at a steady state. We've achieved equilibrium. So we're not really growing anymore, but we're not really pushing it down to 0 either. So I would say this is almost like a stage 3, experimenting with what can we open up? How can we start to get back to some semblance of normalcy? And we're just going to have to monitor and see what happens. So I would say we're kind of in a stage 3 we're entering.
That's good. That's good. So what does it look like when someone actually has the virus or coming up with the virus?
Yeah, no, I'm not a clinician, so I'm not a doc. I'm a guy that does data and analytics. I can tell you that, there's a whole range of potential outcomes clinically, right? So from asymptomatic, meaning they have the virus and you don't even know it, so you might run through the whole course, you don't know you even had it, all the way to pretty, obviously very serious where they have to be hospitalized, help with breathing on a ventilator. So there's really a huge range of how it impacts people and how they react to the virus.
That's crazy. Um, how can people just slow down the pandemic? And I mean, a lot of physicians and doctors say just stay at home or social distancing, but I mean, I think it's more to it than just 6 feet or 12 feet apart. So, can you tell us some different things that we can do to just help that?
Yeah, I think washing your hands a lot is going to be really important. So how do we keep good hygiene? Probably going to have to keep staying away from things like handshakes and those kinds of things. That's the way it can spread really quickly. Definitely the social distancing. So staying, if you go out to a store, or if restaurants and stuff open back up, thinking about how we can keep that physical distance, and really to protect others, wearing a mask when you go out in public. And I think that's important, is that the mask isn't so much about protecting yourself, but it's about protecting others. So if you do have the virus and you're not showing any symptoms and you don't even know it, you don't want to be spreading it to others, while that's happening. So wearing that mask out in public is going to be really important as well.
So, is gloves really important as well, or just the mask?
Well, the gloves could help you if you think it could help you personally if you're touching things that you think someone else might have had. You have to have the right hygiene with those, so make sure you remove them safely and that. But the mask will protect others if you have it. So gloves would protect you. The mask will protect others.
What's the best masks that you can wear? I know a lot of people that's wearing like designer masks and like buying $100 masks and stuff like that. I'm like, I don't know if that can just solve anything or help you.
Yeah, I think any cloth mask is going to be helpful. Obviously, like, people aren't going to be wearing the medical grade N95 masks out in public. It's really the cloth mask to stop, so that if you cough or sneeze or something, you're stopping that liquid from going 6 to 12 feet or whatever it is, right? Your mask will catch that for you. So you can use a designer mask, you can use a plain white, cloth mask, but anything will really help.
That's good. I mean, a lot of people don't know. I mean, this is starting to get out of hand, really. Um, I mean, I'm ready to get back to work. I know that you're ready to get back to your regular life. So,
Yeah.
I mean, just trying to get through this. I mean, it's really tough.
Yeah, it's a whole different, not anything that any of us have ever experienced, right? Like on this scale.
Yeah.
It really is crazy.
Yeah. I talk to my parents about it all the time. And it's like they never experienced anything like this before. And like I can actually tell my kids about this. Like the world just actually on shutdown for a couple months. And
Right. I mean, we haven't had anything like this in 100 years, right? It has been since 1918 when they had the flu pandemic. So there's been really nothing like this. Hopefully we won't see it again.
I hope not.
Yeah.
I
Now
hope
you
not.
guys are you're going to get back into the practice facility, right? Isn't
Yeah,
that opening up for you guys?
yeah, they're opening up the gym May 8th. And yeah, we get back in there, but I mean everything's just blocked off. So about 15 people max in the gym. You can't go into certain parts of the gym. I mean,
Right.
it's getting crazy. I mean, but
Yeah. That's good. They want to be safe. I mean, it's nice. It's good that you guys can get back in there and practice. And I think they're being smart about how they want to keep the players safe first and foremost.
right. We're trying to make you guys happy. You're trying to get back on the court and just have fun and play in front of the best fans that we can. I mean, that's the main thing, really.
Yeah, we're excited. We definitely want to see some basketball here this spring. I hope they find a way to finish the season. I don't want them to go right into the playoffs.
Me neither.
Personally.
I want to play. But thank you for joining me. I mean, it's really cool just to hearing about all the different things that you're doing to help us and help the world out. Yeah, thank you very much.
Yeah, absolutely. Happy to join. Looking forward to seeing you back on the court.
Thank you.
Thanks.